Let me start with a truth that may shake you a little. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. Now you might say, but Jim, I want success. I want wealth. I want happiness. And I'll tell you, so does everybody else. But the marketplace doesn't respond to wants. The universe doesn't move for your wishes. It responds to who you are. It moves for what you become. That's the great secret. And that's where the power is. If you want to attract greatness, you must become great. If you want love, you must become more loving. If you want success, you must become someone who is worthy of success. It's about becoming the kind of person who changes things. Everyone has dreams. People wish for more money, better relationships, improved health, and greater success. But here's the truth that often gets overlooked. Wanting alone changes nothing. Desires are natural, but they don't bring transformation by themselves. The world isn't set up to reward people just because they hope or wish for something. It rewards people who make themselves worthy of the reward. When someone says they want to be rich, that's common. Most people want that, but wanting riches doesn't bring riches. Becoming the kind of person who earns, manages, and multiplies wealth. That's what creates financial success. The same goes for happiness or love. Wishing for a loving relationship doesn't make one appear. Becoming someone who understands love, gives love, and attracts love, that's what creates connection. The mistake many people make is believing that if they want something badly enough, the universe will just hand it over. But life doesn't work like that. Life gives you what you earn, not what you wish for. It gives you what you're prepared for, not what you daydream about. Desire is only the starting point, not the destination. It's the fire that sparks action. But if that fire isn't backed by habits, discipline, and personal growth, it fades out quickly. The marketplace doesn't ask what you want. It looks at what value you bring. Your relationships don't respond to what you wish they'd be. They reflect how you show up in them. Your success isn't measured by your goals. It's measured by the actions and consistency that move you toward those goals. That's the real truth. So if you want a better life, it's not about wanting more, it's about becoming more. Because at the end of the day, you don't get what you want. You get what you are. The energy you give off, the mindset you carry, and the habits you live by. These are the silent forces constantly shaping your life. It's not what you ask for that determines what comes your way. It's what you align with. The world around you reflects your internal state. If your thoughts are negative, your actions inconsistent, and your beliefs filled with doubt, then the results in your life will mirror that. This is why people who carry a strong sense of confidence and purpose often seem to attract the right opportunities, while those who operate in fear or confusion find themselves stuck. It's not because life is unfair, it's because attraction is rooted in alignment, not intention. Many people misunderstand the principle of attraction. They believe that thinking about success is enough to bring it into their life, but thinking is only part of it. If your internal state is not in harmony with what you say you want, you'll continue to experience frustration and disappointment. You might say you want abundance, but if your thoughts are filled with scarcity and your actions are based on fear, you won't attract abundance. You'll attract lack. Real alignment means your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and actions are all moving in the same direction. It means you don't just wish for success. You expect it, prepare for it, and behave like someone who deserves it. This kind of alignment builds momentum. It draws people, resources, and opportunities toward you, not because of magic, but because consistency, clarity, and confidence are powerful forces. When your energy matches your goals, life responds. It's not about convincing the world of what you want. It's about becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it through who you are every day. The life you want is not something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming the kind of person who lives that life. This means transformation must happen from the inside out. If you desire success, then you must cultivate the mindset, discipline, and character of a successful person. If you long for meaningful relationships, you must first become someone who gives meaning, empathy, and trust. Outcomes are not random. They are reflections of who we are at our core. People often ask, why am I not getting what I want? The answer usually lies in who they're being, not what they're doing, because doing flows from being. Your habits, your attitude, your choices, all are driven by your identity. You can't attract peace while living in chaos. You can't attract respect while acting in ways that lack integrity. You can't attract abundance while clinging to a scarcity mindset. The law is simple. What you are on the inside shapes what shows up on the outside. The solution is not to chase what you lack, but to become what you seek. Start developing the qualities that match the life you desire. Practice the discipline, think the thoughts, take the actions that a person living your dream life would take. It's not about pretending, it's about evolving. Growth isn't immediate, but it is powerful. Small changes in who you are lead to major changes in what you attract. You don't become wealthy by just wanting wealth. You become wealthy by becoming wise, valuable, and productive. You don't find success, you grow into it. So stop asking, how do I get what I want? And start asking, who must I become? Because once you become the person your dream life requires, the dream becomes your reality. Not by chance, but by alignment. The law of attraction is not just a philosophy of thought. It is a discipline of action. Many people fall into the trap of thinking they can simply visualize their ideal life and wait for it to arrive. They create vision boards, speak affirmations, and dream about success, yet take no steps forward. But wishing is not the same as working. Attraction responds not just to what you imagine, but to what you do. Thoughts may plant the seed, but action waters it. Without consistent effort, commitment, and behavior, no amount of wishing can change your circumstances. Every day presents a choice. Act like the person you want to become, or stay comfortable being who you've always been. The people who build meaningful lives aren't just daydreamers. They're doers. They understand that the law of attraction works best when you pair vision with motion. It's easy to want success, but it takes discipline to show up for it daily. That means building habits, managing your time, staying focused, and putting in the work even when you don't feel like it. The universe doesn't reward fantasies, it rewards preparation. If you want opportunities, you must be prepared to seize them. If you want financial freedom, you must become someone who makes, saves, and invests wisely. Attraction isn't magic, it's momentum built by repeated actions over time. Even the best intentions won't bring results unless they're backed by behavior. So, rather than wait for your dreams to arrive, meet them halfway. Become the kind of person who earns them, step by step, day by day. The real power in attraction isn't in the wishing, it's in the working. Show the universe you're serious by taking serious action. Only then will your desires begin to take shape in the real world. Your identity is the silent architect of your reality. Everything you consistently think, believe, and act upon forms the blueprint of your life. If your identity is built on self, doubt, insecurity, or fear, no amount of ambition will break through that internal ceiling. The truth is, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your beliefs about yourself. That's why many people set big goals and still feel stuck. They're trying to reach new heights with an old mindset. They want different results without becoming a different person. You can't outperform your self-image. If you believe deep down that you're not worthy of success, not capable of love, or not smart enough to lead, those beliefs will quietly sabotage your progress. You may work hard, but that inner voice of limitation will keep pulling you back. That's why true success isn't just about skill, it's about identity. Who you are at your core determines how you show up in the world. It affects how you respond to challenges, how much risk you take, and how persistent you are in the face of failure. If you want to change your life, you must first change your identity. Start by observing the story you've been telling yourself. Is it empowering or limiting? Is it rooted in past failures or future possibilities? Begin to shift that story, not by lying to yourself, but by choosing actions that build evidence of a new you. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, take a risk, or practice self-discipline, you reinforce a new identity. Slowly, your self-image expands, and as it does, so does your reality. Because the truth is, your world will never grow beyond your sense of self. Change who you are, and everything around you begins to transform. Personal growth is the foundation upon which all lasting success is built. You can chase money, recognition, or status, but unless you grow into someone who can handle and sustain those things, they will slip through your fingers. That's why the most powerful way to attract a better life is to become a better version of yourself. When you invest in your mindset, your habits, and your character, you naturally begin to align with higher outcomes. Life doesn't improve by accident. It improves by design, and that design starts within. Every time you read a book, develop a skill, or overcome a fear, you're expanding your capacity to receive more. When you build discipline, you gain control. When you build emotional intelligence, you attract healthier relationships. When you build focus and resilience, you open doors to opportunities that others miss. Growth multiplies value, and value attracts success. You don't get paid for how much you want something. You get paid for the value you bring, and that value is a direct result of who you become. People often want to change their circumstances without changing themselves. But lasting change never works that way. The person you are today has created the life you have today. If you want something different, you must become someone different. That doesn't mean abandoning who you are. It means elevating who you are. It's about refining your thoughts, sharpening your actions, and expanding your self-awareness. As you grow, your world grows. What once felt out of reach begins to feel natural. What once intimidated you becomes familiar. You stop forcing success and start attracting it. Not by wishing, but by earning it through who you've become. The journey of personal development is the doorway to every goal, dream, and vision you hold.